I knew about this phenomenon for quite a while, but I suppose it has finally reached critical mass that other people are talking about it. So many are pointing out that they have been unsubscribed from several channels, including Yellow Flash, Rekieta Law, Nerdrotic, RK Outpost, Geeks and Gamers, Heel vs. Babyface, and more. Now, the algorithm is supposed to unsubscribe you from inactive channels you stop following. It's supposed to help you along, but what's interesting is that now some people are pointing out, hold on a little bit, I'm a member to that channel. I pay for content. And they get unsubscribed anyway. Now, there are two ways of looking at this. Number one, this is a glitch. It's a glitch. YouTube is yet again doing glitches. And it's, oops, people just got unsubscribed. Or number two, we can follow a trend and we can assume the conspiracy that the people at YouTube are conspiring so that you get to see what videos they want you to see, rather than the type of videos that you are interested in seeing. And they're not interested in your feedback either, which is why they're removing the dislike button. And I think that's a little bit more on the Arkham Razor side of possibilities, given the fact that the YouTube search engine is completely messed up. It used to be a search engine, it used to be so that you actually find what you're looking for. Now it's a pitch engine. Now I can search for some of the videos that I want to watch from my favorite creators, and I type in the exact title, and instead I get CNN, I get Fox News, all the authoritative sources shoved down my throat. And by the way, this isn't a conspiracy, this is actually what the YouTube CEO has actively said in an interview. She said it's not fair. It's not fair for someone in their basement to be on par with a publication like Vox. Because Vox is a multi-billion-dollar publication, and they can fact-check, and they're authoritative, while someone in their basement with a microphone, even if they get popularity and people watch them, they're not authoritative. So because of that, they need to stuff Vox in the algorithm. And it started with politics, and many people agreed. I don't know why they agreed, but they did, because they said, well, you know, when it's something that might hurt people, misinformation might hurt people, especially the medical type, or information about elections, well, we can't allow that, which is something that I vehemently disagree. I don't believe that corporations should censor for my benefit. I don't think that censoring information keeps me safe. Thank you very much. I have a human brain. I can filter out what's real and what isn't. You know, I do happen to go out and buy a house, for example, and I don't need a fact checker to tell me if the house is good or not. I can figure that shit out by myself. Usually, if you want to fight misinformation, you have to persuade people, talk to them, not censor them. But this is what YouTube does. They, number one, censor topics, which is a list that's growing more and more to the point where it's going to become a fucking almanac. If someone wants to start doing YouTube, they're going to have to read more topics that they can't talk about. Then the penal code has laws in it. It's going to get there in 10 years if the platform is still lasting. Trust me on this one. They even have like YouTube Academia where they're trying to teach you what you're allowed and what you're not allowed to talk about. Alright? So not only do they do that, but they also don't trust you. So if you're not a corporate entity, if you're not the authoritative sources, they don't trust you. So they put you down in the algorithm. Even if you happen to get more views than, I don't know, CNN on a topic, you're still down on the algorithm. You're never going to make the trending page. They're ashamed of us. I'm literally the shame of YouTube. They're ashamed with me. They're not their prized corporate entities. They're body. Priority creators is what they call them. So yeah, it's upsetting, right? They manipulate the search engine. They ban topics. And now, maybe, I don't know, I suppose I should give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not unsubscribing people from creators. And by the way, like the amount of people that are subscribed to you is directly tied into how much your video is going to be shared. So if you have a creator that you like and you want to help his channel, every time you watch his video, look and check to see if you're subscribed and you have the bell icon hit. It actually helps the creator, by the way. The algorithm shares his video a little bit more. And apparently YouTube might unsubscribe. By the way, do you know what pisses me off about all of this? I see Rekieta Law up there. Maybe you like him, maybe you don't. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care if you like him or not, right? Zero fucks given. But what I do know is that he was the only source on the only source in the world which followed the Kyle Rittenhouse lawsuit, the actual lawsuit, not snippets of it, not parts of it, the entirety of it, with 6 other lawyers and offering their legal advice. And they didn't agree on everything, right? But can you name me any authoritative source that does that? Like watches the raw footage with 6 different experts that have different opinions and they can contradict each other and have different takes on things? With a live chat next to it, without comments that have disabilities, right? So Rekieta Law, again, I don't give a fuck if you like him or not. It's not the point. But it's offering a de facto better product than the rest of the market. But of course, he's not a priority creator. And as I mentioned, it started with politics, right? Like things that, they may be harmful. How is talking about comic books, how is talking about movies harmful? Why is heel versus babyface in this list? He's not talking about politics, like he's talking about comic books. Comic books are harmful now? Like you can push misinformation about comic books and that misinformation is harmful? This is how it creeps in, the authoritarianism on the platform, because people put up with it. That's why. I mean, there's people who support it. You know, I'm not the one that's upset. There's other people that think this is a great idea. And, that's fine. I mean, yes, private platform, blah, blah, blah. But just because it's private doesn't mean it's above criticism, okay? It's not the sanctified platform. It's not the holy platform. You can still criticize things that you don't like. It's like when you go to your school, if you see gum on the chair that you're supposed to sit on, you go, oh, well, public school, of course. No, you criticize it. It's like, well, you shouldn't be here. I never understand the thing. It's like private company can do whatever it wants. It's not the holy company, all right? It's not the Vatican. It's not the Kaaba. It's not the holy company. You can still say negative things that you don't like about it and point it out. Maybe if enough people point it out, I don't know, maybe they will change something. For example, and I know what I'm saying sounds crazy. Oh my god, like changing something. They wanted to stop verifying channels, but people complain and they backpedal. Like it happens sometimes, all right? Like if people don't complain, nothing changes. If you complain, it doesn't take that much effort to whine, all right? Like whining is the easiest thing that you can do in the world. That's why the left does it. It's simple. You can whine. And maybe nothing changes and you just whine, all right? You didn't waste much energy. But what if something changes? How can you know unless you point it out? So, my advice to people is to make sure that you are subscribed to your content creator if you choose to, right? So if you like, I don't know, Nerdrotic, and you watch his channel, and you know you're subscribed, double check. Because you never know. YouTube is trying to sneak up on you to see if you actually care. The second thing that you need to do, again, if you want to help these channels, make sure that you're contacted with them on other social media, whether that is their Twitter, their Discord, whatever they're having, because most content creators, they post their videos there. I personally have a schedule. Like every single day I wake up, I don't even look at my YouTube subscriptions. I just know the content creators that I care about and I refresh the page just to see if they uploaded something. Many times I don't even know and it's like, oh, look, turns out they did upload something. I guess YouTube forgot to tell me again. Don't rely on the system. The system isn't trying to work with you. It's trying to work against you. They're trying to manipulate you like a puppet into watching priority creators, which are brands. Which in my opinion, and this is just my speculation, might actually be paying money for YouTube to allow them to do this shit. So that's pretty much what I had to say about it. Really disappointed. And it's not just because I'm a content creator and it affects me, but it's because I also like these people. And then I keep seeing them being mistreated time and time again. And they are the people that made YouTube. Not these individuals, not these chuckleheads. But in general, like the independent content creators, my God, go to the Wayback Machine and look how YouTube used to be 5 years ago. It was entertaining, it was edgy, it made you smile, it kept you glued to the television or to your computer screen or to your phone or whatever you're using, but it kept you entertained. And now you don't get any of that. Now it's cable. Now the television is back in charge. I don't want the television. I don't even have a television in my house because of it. I'll just end this video with something reminiscent of old YouTube. Just to spark a little bit of nostalgia, to see the creativity that used to exist on this platform, which is gone now. And just so you know, all the authoritative sources and their $1 billion aren't capable of creating magic like this. So without further ado, this is what used to make YouTube great.